Did you know that the average American home contains over 300,000 items? That's a lot of stuff. In fact, the storage industry alone is worth over $40 billion in the US, showing just how much we rely on keeping our belongings. Yet, despite all these things, studies show that people who own less are happier and more satisfied with life. Weird, right? What if I told you that by owning less, you could actually live a fuller life? No, it's not about sacrificing comfort or happiness, it's about making intentional choices. Minimalism isn't just for hipsters or people who live in tiny homes. It's for anyone who wants more time, more peace, and a clearer mind. In this video, we'll explore how owning fewer things can unlock a richer, more meaningful life. You'll learn how to create a minimalist mindset that focuses on what really matters, how simplifying your life can spark creativity, and how letting go of emotional baggage makes room for joy. Get ready to break free from the clutter and discover how less really can be more. Stick around, because you're about to experience the life-changing power of minimalism. Chapter 1. Less is more. Redefining richness beyond stuff. Living a minimalist life doesn't mean living with nothing, it means living with what truly matters. It's about focusing on experiences over things. According to a study by the University of California, people who spend money on experiences, like travel or concerts, report feeling more satisfied and happier than those who spend on material goods. This shows that the richness we feel isn't tied to what we own, but to how we live. When you strip away unnecessary possessions, you make room for more joy and meaning in your life. Minimalism isn't just about clearing clutter in your home, it's about clearing clutter in your mind too. Author Joshua Becker, in his book The More of Less, says, "The less we own, the more we experience." This rings true because we often find ourselves trapped in the cycle of acquiring more things, but rarely does that lead to more happiness. Instead, it can make life more stressful. By having fewer possessions, we can devote more energy to things that truly matter, relationships, passions, and personal growth. Living simply allows you to create space for deeper connections. Research from Harvard University suggests that people with fewer material possessions tend to experience stronger relationships. When we have less stuff to worry about, we're free to invest in people and experiences that bring us real joy. This shift can transform not just your physical environment, but your emotional one as well. Minimalism is also a way to regain control over your time. The less stuff you have, the less time you spend maintaining it. Imagine having fewer bills to pay, fewer items to clean, and fewer distractions to deal with. This freedom from the mundane allows you to focus on what truly fulfills you. Time, after all, is the most precious resource we have. Chapter 2. The Freedom Formula. How simplifying creates space for more. Simplifying your life doesn't just mean giving away clothes or throwing out old furniture. It's about embracing the freedom that comes with owning less. Marie Kondo, the decluttering guru, argues that when we hold on to items, we hold on to the past. But when we let go, we open ourselves up to new experiences. This freedom gives us the ability to make intentional choices rather than living in autopilot mode. The simple act of decluttering can feel liberating. In fact, studies show that people who declutter report feeling significantly less stressed. The National Association of Professional Organizers found that 54% of people say they feel less stressed after organizing their living space. That's because simplifying your surroundings directly impacts your mental health. Without the constant visual noise of clutter, your mind has space to breathe. The freedom minimalism offers isn't just emotional, it's also financial. A minimalist lifestyle encourages you to buy less and spend less. According to a report from Deloitte, the average American household spends over $7,000 annually on non-essential goods. By minimizing your purchases, you can save money and invest in experiences or financial goals that matter more in the long run. Another benefit of simplification is increased mental clarity. When your environment is less cluttered, your mind becomes less cluttered too. Studies show that the brain has a limited capacity to process information at once. When we're surrounded by excess, we subconsciously feel overwhelmed. A minimalist home helps create space for clear thinking, which leads to better decision-making in both your personal and professional life. Moreover, minimalism fosters creativity. When you don't have a million things to distract you, your mind has room to think freely. Steve Jobs, one of the greatest innovators of our time, was known for his minimalist approach to both design and life. He understood that simplicity fosters creativity and clarity. By removing distractions, minimalism allows you to tap into your most creative self. Chapter 3. The Joy of Missing Out. Why less FOMO means more happiness in today's world. We're constantly told we need more possessions, more experiences, more social media followers. This constant chase can create a feeling of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out. But with minimalism, you can experience JOMO, the joy of missing out. By focusing on what truly matters to you, you stop feeling pressured to keep up with everyone else. JOMO allows you to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Instead of feeling the need to attend every event or buy the latest gadget, you can choose what brings you peace. According to a study by Psychology Today, people who embrace JOMO are less likely to experience feelings of burnout or anxiety. They prioritize self-care and inner peace, which ultimately leads to greater happiness. Living with less opens the door to living with intention. When you cut out the noise and the unnecessary distractions, you can focus on the activities and relationships that truly nourish you. Research has shown that people who live intentionally are more likely to feel fulfilled. They are more present in their daily lives and less concerned about what they're missing out on. Minimalism also helps combat decision fatigue. In a world where we make hundreds of decisions every day, having fewer choices can be a relief. Psychologist Dr. Roy Baumeister explains that our brains are like muscles. The more decisions we make, the more mentally exhausted we become. Simplifying your life, from your wardrobe to your schedule, reduces decision fatigue and helps you conserve mental energy. Furthermore, by embracing less, you can prioritize self-care. The idea that more possessions lead to more happiness is a myth. Sociologist Dr. Tim Kasser found that people who prioritize material goods over relationships or personal growth are more likely to feel unsatisfied. By focusing on fewer things, you can focus on taking better care of yourself. If you're enjoying this journey toward minimalism, don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot more to explore on how simplifying your life can lead to greater peace and happiness. Chapter 4. Minimalist Mindset. Crafting a life that's rich in meaning, not stuffed. Living a minimalist life goes beyond what's in your closet. It's about adopting a mindset that prioritizes meaning over material possessions. According to the minimalists, Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, minimalism is the thing that gets us past the things so we can make room for life's most important things, which actually aren't things at all. When we shift our mindset, we start to value experiences and relationships more than owning things. To create a minimalist mindset, the first step is learning to say no. This means rejecting distractions, commitments, and possessions that don't serve your core values. Research shows that people who set clear boundaries in their lives feel less stressed and more content. Dr. Brené Brown, a leading researcher in the field of shame and vulnerability, emphasizes that saying no is essential for cultivating meaningful connections. When you say yes to everything, you dilute your energy and lose focus on what truly matters. Minimalism also teaches us to live intentionally. Every choice, whether big or small, should align with your life goals and values. For example, if you want to prioritize health, choosing to spend more time preparing nutritious meals instead of buying trendy gadgets might be a more fulfilling decision. Studies from the Journal of Consumer Research show that people who live intentionally are more likely to feel satisfied with their lives. This approach leads to fewer regrets and greater peace of mind. Another aspect of the minimalist mindset is mindfulness. In The Art of Simple Living, author Shunmyo Masuno suggests that minimalism encourages us to become more present in our daily lives. When we focus on the present moment, we appreciate what we have, rather than constantly seeking more. A study from Harvard University found that mindfulness meditation can lead to significant reductions in stress and improvements in emotional well-being. So, the more present you are, the richer your life feels. By adopting a minimalist mindset, you also learn to embrace gratitude. Instead of longing for new things, you start appreciating what you already have. Ryan Nicodemus of the Minimalists calls this the gratitude shift. He argues that gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice. By focusing on what's meaningful, we naturally begin to feel more content. Chapter 5. Declutter your inner world. emotional minimalism for clarity and calm. Minimalism isn't just about reducing material items, it's also about decluttering your emotions. When we simplify our external environment, we often find that our internal world starts to clear up as well. The University of California found that when people declutter their physical space, they often report feeling mentally clearer. It's not just about organizing your room, but also your mind. Emotional minimalism means letting go of unnecessary emotional baggage. We tend to hold on to past hurts, grudges, and negative emotions. But this emotional clutter takes up valuable mental space. Psychologist Dr. John C. Norcross emphasizes that letting go of emotional baggage is crucial for mental health. Holding on to negativity not only harms our mood but also our relationships. To declutter emotionally, it's important to practice forgiveness and self-compassion. One powerful strategy for emotional decluttering is journaling. James Pennebaker, a psychologist at the University of Texas, found that expressive writing can help people release pent-up emotions and clarify their thoughts. Writing down your feelings, even if it's just for 10 minutes a day, can help you let go of unnecessary emotional weight. This simple practice can bring about feelings of clarity and relief. Another key strategy is learning how to manage your time and energy wisely. When you simplify your schedule, you give yourself more room for emotional self-care. A study from the American Psychological Association revealed that individuals who manage their time effectively report lower levels of stress and greater life satisfaction. By saying no to unnecessary commitments, you create space for the things that bring you joy and calm. Emotional minimalism also involves being intentional about your relationships. Surround yourself with people who support your well-being and contribute positively to your life. Dr. Edward Hallowell, an expert in the field of psychiatry, argues that social connections are crucial to mental health. However, we often find ourselves weighed down by relationships that drain us. To declutter your emotional world, focus on